Right, let's see if this works. So I need to close that. Close that. Close that. Go in here. Click on there. Bear with me, this is totally random and I'm not live. That just says upcoming. See if this is working. I'm just talking to myself probably because I've not set this up. All right, okay, it's saying I'm live. It's saying I'm live. Is the audio working? Right, okay, it's saying I'm live. Yeah, okay, right, okay, still here, right, okay. Ah, right, okay, I'm using Streamlabs now. Or StreamYard, I should say. Yeah, okay, I need to share this one now. Oh, what a carry on. It seems that you can't interface with this unless you've got it all set up. I'm just going to reshare the link. Oh, 11:30. Oh, doing all right. Right, let's go third time lucky. Good thing about this is I can use more than one camera once I've got it set up. Right, close that. Get my live chat up. Hey, oh, there's folk hanging in there. Buttons everywhere. It's changed so much since I did anything. Right, let's pop out chat. Sorry about this, guys. It's been months since I did this, and I totally forgot how to use StreamYard because the new YouTube interface is absolute bullshit. Right, okay, so I've got that. Right, where's my StreamYard thing? Oh, it's on there. That's right. That's where I control everything. Hey. Right. I don't need a banner. Let's try. Right, that's a 2-camera thing. Now you need to set the. Oh, no, I can't mind now. All right, cam, mic. What happens if I switch to that one? That gives you the bench, doesn't it? Right. I haven't got anything else set up beforehand, so that's supposed to be multiple. What's that one? That's that. That's other people. At least I can swap my camera. So I'll go back on it and see if I can do this again. Going to the main one first. We'll just have a chat to start with. Right. Is this working? Can you see me? Well, it should just quickly flip to me. Yeah, I'm back. Right. Sorry about this. I'll need to do a wee bit more research on live streaming. I want to use OBS Studio, which I know that American chap that we all follow does. But I've not done this for months. Broken glasses. I need a haircut. I do have yeah. I do have trimmers and that, and I've got the face fungus going on and the old Coronation Street bit of tape in between. I'm just wondering which is best to watch. I'm probably better watching that and pulling up. Yeah, I'll need to set this up I think it's ages since I've used this. I know this is good for if there's more than one person. I can't remember if you can set up for more than one cam. That's the... Right, so there's my popped out chat. Right, okay. Apologies. An hour later than scheduled. The smooth here. It's not like we've got anywhere else to go. I'll just do it, make sure my live chat's working. Yeah, I've been in lockdown. Everybody hear me clear enough, because I've got a wee fan extractor thing going there because it's roasting in here. I've actually been in lockdown because I'm in what I consider a high-risk group. A week before the lockdown in the UK actually started. So I'm going a bit stir-crazy. So I've started ripping apart my man cave. Lots of bags of rubbish going out. And I haven't been at the bench for absolutely ages. So I thought I would, as I say, I'll start again. This is a wooden bike kit I got for Christmas a couple of years ago from my biker mate, Chris. Chris for Gross Models is doing one of these, but it's one because he's into all the clock stuff and all that. I think he's doing, it says a few in the back of here. He's either doing the treasure box or the model safe. I don't know which one. Sorry if that's a bit flickery, but I'm sure he's doing one of the clockwork type ones. And I'm doing the this one. So, see what everybody's been up to. Is everybody well? Are you all in lockdown? What's happening with you guys? We'll start with that first, just a wee catch up. And I'll just make sure all this is working okay. 70's in watching my gibbering at the moment. So, will I flick to the bench camera and let you have a look at what's in the box in this thing? Or do you want a wee chat first? Or what's happening? All good here. Good, Lee. Are you... Now, I'm trying to catch up. Lee used to work on Porsches, but then you moved to something else, did you not? Just checking, are you all furloughed? Are you all working or cooped up in your houses, pulling your hair out? I even forgot to change into my smooth t-shirt. But so anyway, what I will attempt to do, as long as the audio is all okay, and you don't really need to see my beautiful face, I need to stand a bit closer to the razor, I think, next time. But yeah, I'm totally in the middle of reorganizing my man cave. So I'm just going to go see if I can do this correctly. Can I switch my... Right, what's it got my audio on? Right, that's okay. Oh, it allows me to do a green screen, but yeah, that's too technical for me. So this should switch onto my bench camera. Now, apologies for any glare. Bring the chat back up. I think I've got it sorted, Fraser. I need to speak to my American friend onto how to get this, what do you call it? I like OBS. It's quite intuitive, and you can do all the split screens and stuff. So I'm just going to get my chair central. Right, so this is the box kit that I got for my Christmas. It's made out of... Right, do I need to move my mic? Can you still hear me okay where I'm sitting just now? Yeah. Third time's a charm. I forgot that the StreamYard program, I was looking for it everywhere on my hard drive, and I'm going, where's the start button? It's actually browser-based. And I just had to log in, and it was still interfaced, so yeah. So it's made out of plywood, and it's all laser cut and everything like that, and laser etched. It's a nice little kit. As I say, they do a whole range of... I've replaced my bulbs and my lamps, so I'm trying to get this so that you can... They do like... There's a a Grand Prix car, a treasure box. I don't know if that's the one that Chris is doing from Gross Models, or whether he's doing the model safe, but knowing him because he works with clocks, I think he's doing that one. But I've got the motorcycle, so without further ado, because it's getting late, but most of us probably don't have work in the morning. I did rip it open earlier on to see how it all came apart. So let's have a look. So we have, oh, it looks like 2 boards of plywood and nothing else in there. So I'll put that to the side. And let's cut this baby open. Sorry I'm off camera. I just thought, I've not been at the bench for ages, and this knife's as blunt as a nun's chuff. I've ordered shelving in, and I'm going to rip quite a lot of my man. Oh, there's quite a few bits actually. I'm going to rip my man cave apart. Big problem I've got here is my glasses keep falling off my face because I've done the, you know, the modeler's repair. Never mind. Hopefully they'll stay on long enough. So what do we get in the box? Oh, right. This looks quite nice. Now, hopefully this is not too glary because it's got a gloss finish on it, and I know my light up above. What's Fraser saying? I've got work tomorrow, but it's the last day for this week, so I can hang about a bit. It's just to say hi, I'm still here. So we've got a hello from the Ugears team. It's a mechanical model kit, so apparently you can wind it up and it'll shoot off your table. I'm trying to remember where they're based. Eastern European country. I can't remember exactly, but it's Ugears or V Models if you look them up on interwebs. So they've got a nice personal thing from Andrew and Constantine, who are the 2 guys that run the company. Assemble, mate, and ride, mate. If only women came with that kind of instructions. So I spoke to Chris at Gross Models, and he says, be very careful and read the instructions. They're all, oh, this is going out of focus. We're losing. Come back. I should have taken autofocus off. I need to go into my camera settings. Right, see if I can get this working again. Let's try. Will it focus on this? Oh, we can't have it out of focus. No, that's rubbish. You can tell I've not done these for a while, eh? Is it going to focus on anything? Don't say I've got to restart this again and go into camera settings. What happens if I take that away? Oh, for crying out loud. This is about the worst live stream on YouTube ever. Nothing's focusing. Take the light off. Oh, it's coming back. Put the light back on. Have we got focus? Good enough. So anyway, we've got nice colour instructions. Shows you how to put all the things together. So that's good. As I say, I used to be that used to doing these that it was all kind of like second nature, but yeah, I forgot about setting up camera settings and all that. So whether I get this built in one go or not is another thing. It doesn't look too difficult, but you know what these things are like. So what's it saying? It's not a structural component. Take that out. Oh, there's a tool. That little thing in the top here. That's a tool for poking the bits out. It's not a structural component. It's for measurement and assembly. Okay. They advise that you have a candle to wax some of the parts. Don't have one of those handy. Right. Let's see what the first bit is. So, okay. So they give you a selection of cocktail sticks, all individually wrapped, so they're all COVID compliant. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of cocktail sticks. I'll keep them in the bags because I've got loads. So they give you a large amount of cocktail sticks. Okay. Ah, you've actually got to use them in the model for holding it together. Right, okay, that's interesting. We have, where's my tweezers? I've got tweezers off there. A couple of small black rubber bands. That's quite cool. Knowing me, I'll lose them. And a few other elastic bands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rubber bands. Oh, what's this? They even give you a little piece of, it must be about 180 grit sandpaper. So that's quite cool. So we have, as I say, these are all laser cut. Again, sorry, this is all whiting out. And it's just plywood. It's 3-ply plywood, all laser cut, all the part numbers on. There's a big one here, and this one with all the wheels on. So the first one it's wanting me to do, actually, is on here. So I'll put this to the side. So keep chatting away. I'm not going to be doing a mega quick build on this. I'm just having a bit of a giggle. So it wants me to cut, first instruction, cut 3 cocktail sticks exactly in half. Really? Okay. Will I do them in the bags? Or is that just asking for trouble? Or will I take them out of the bags? Let's do them in the bags. Just for a laugh. So I've got the 3 of them lined up. Cut them in the middle. Right, okay. Let's use my cutting mat as a guide. That's nearly at the end of there. Near enough. No, that doesn't look right. Terry, you're totally useless, man. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to go in the middle of there. Yeah. What's that thing about measure twice, cut once, and all that sort of? Yeah. I might have to change the blade in this, actually, because this is piss poor. All right. There we go. Anybody saying anything in chat? Not really. We've got 11 viewers in. Hello, everybody. I haven't been live for eons. And instead of my usual styrene, or it's not quite in half, but it's bound to be near enough. Instead of my usual plastic kits and farting about with the electricity, I thought I would do this Christmas present I got. I obviously haven't got these exactly in half. Hopefully it doesn't come back and bite me in the arse, but it might. Oh god, that one's no wanting to. I should actually have measured them, but I've got other cocktail sticks if it buggers up. Okay. So step 1, cut a load of cocktail sticks in half. These are all quiet in chat. So I know most of my viewers are UK, but they're probably in their bed by now going, Right, that's only half, or nearly in half, as accurate as Smoo can do it. They're all different lengths. Well done, Smoo. Right. So what does it want next? It wants this big bike part. What part? God, oh, there's 2 of them. So it wants part number 1. Which is 1? This one. Let's see how easy this pops out. Never ever done one of these. And you can guarantee I'm going to muck something up. It also says this is a little pushing tool, so Oh well, that's snapped out easy enough. That's not too bad. Let's take a wee piece of sandpaper I give with you just to smooth that off a bit. Still here smooth, says Lee. Bob, 100% Bob we've got tonight, have we? 100% Bob. Hope you're feeling better, mate. You're still up your browsing games workshop. That's just deadly if you browse games workshop. They've got big windows in those shops for a reason. They see you coming a mile away. Actually smell the wood. Plywood. Right, so that's that wee thing. Right. It said something about using it for pushing stuff out. Did it not? Use a tool. It's not a structural component. It's for measurement and assembly. All right, okay. So will this help me poke out some of these bits? No, I don't know. Am I going to have to use... Oh. Oh, it's coming. Said the actress to the bishop. Oh, that's coming out. This is obviously, I mean, structural part of the... I do have a craft knife handy, but... Oh, it's coming. So's Christmas, mind you. McLovin. Everyone, please do the likes. McLovin. Deadly for the wallet. Yes, Games Workshop is deadly for your wallet. I do like some of the Games Workshop stuff. Right, so I take it this bit in the middle just comes out then. Okay, let's see if we can get this to remove. Yeah, I don't really want to run a knife down the side because it's all quite close tolerance stuff. So I'm hoping that it just... Shall I get the knife in? It's all scary stuff. Because you know me, I'll delaminate it and... Oh, comes out no bad actually. Oh, yeah. Right, okay, so let's... I tell you what, the laser cutting's quite good. It only leaves a few little nubs here and there. Nothing to write home about, so that's cool. This is either going to be like a 24-hour video. So is eBay. eBay's a money pit as well, yeah. Think you might have to get a wood kit. As I say, this was a Christmas present from a biker friend of mine, and it sat there for ages. And I thought, I need to try and see if I can get my YouTube working again, because I just haven't had the mojo for the plastic kits. And I thought, this being a little bit different, it might be okay. All right, so there's a little bit splintered off there, but I think that's just a locating tag. Nothing to worry about. I could get my proper modelling sanders out, but I'll use what they gave you with the kit and see if I can complete the kit with it. A little bit of sandage on the bits that they don't laser cut through, which is literally less than 0.5 millimetre of some of the bits. You can actually see the scorching on the wood. Ah. Right, okay, so this is part number 1. Right, so what, now the instructions here, take the sandpaper and roll it up and sand the holes out. Do I really want to do that? It's telling you to wrap it up. I don't know if I want to do that. Where are my files? I should have some kicking about. Oh, I just killed my scissors. You can tell this is an organised stream because Terry's got bugger all ready. Right, rather than sanding those, shall I just take a wee knife round them like that and just give them a wee scrapey decoot? Yeah, that'll do. Soon find out if the bit that goes into them doesn't fit. You'd think these would be nice and straightforward, but I think there's actually been quite a lot of planning went into it. Not had mojo since a week before lockdown. I've been in lockdown since a week before lockdown, and yeah, it's a bit shit. Right, so it tells you to kind of sand. Right, okay. I'm not going to get too into it. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, I need to sand it more. Right, now what's it asking? Right, I don't get this. That sits like that, and then I need to take a cocktail stick and stick it in there. Yeah, that's going to fit. I know he said pay particular attention to the instructions, but got hiccups now. So warm tonight, actually. I was out. I have been enjoying in the nice weather, getting out in the sun for a little bit. Okay, so that's me got a cocktail stick stuck in there like that. Doesn't tell you need any glue or anything, so okay, that's a interference fit. Okay, so I've got that on. Now it's showing a little cog. And it shows it going into these little cogs. Are they on this? Can't see any little cogs on there. Right, it's confused me already. Picture 2. Sorry if this glares out. So there's a little cog and a cocktail stick going into 3 holes. And I can't see any of these little cogs that they're on about. There's a big cog there, but that's got a square thing in it. And there's no cogs on that. And there's no cogs on that. All right, the instructions are all right. Right, wait now. Read RTFM. Read the fucking manual, Terry. A cog on it, wax apart with a regular candle. All right, okay. Yeah, sand to remove burrs. Helps if I actually read the instructions, eh? Right, so there's not a little cog going in there. I've sanded all the burrs off. Now we need parts number 2, which are a load of wee... they're on the bit that I took out the middle of the frame. Right, okay. So I need 2 of those. 2 of number 2. Well, let's pop it out. Well, they come out quite easy, actually. Okay, cool. Okay. So what the rest of you guys been up to build-wise? I love how the laser cut this. It's really pretty cool. Let's read this. Oh, Megan's on. Hi, Smooth. How you doing, Megan? Megan's the girlfriend of my mate Chris, who got me this kit for Christmas. Christ, 2 years ago, Megan. Bloody hell. Right, I did have a little file out here. Because it appears to have a little notch in it, so I will file that. You're up way past your bedtime, Megan. I'm going to use that instead of the sandpaper, actually. Oh, John's going to be in the beers and a barbecue tomorrow. Well, one of my neighbours down the street decided to have a barbecue today. But unfortunately, the way my house sits, all the smoke from said barbecue fills up my bedroom and my man cave, which means I have to either put up with the smoke or sit with barbecue smoke coming in. You're in bed, Megan. That's shocking. So is everybody struggling for mojo? He is. Right. Part number 3. Oh, that'll be this bit. So have we got to make 2 of these? Or 2 parts number 3? Or is that 4? Right, that's 4. 2 parts of 3. And then 2 parts of 2. I get it. Oh, well, that popped out easy enough, I think. Get in there. So I've got a couple of wee metal kits that Chris and Megan got me as well. Unfortunately, it's not a racing car. It's not a go-kart. One's an excavator. You won't be able to make it out on that. And one's a tank. Megan built one. She made a bloody good job of it, but I can't remember what one it was you did, Megan. Oh, destroy the place. I find all these metal kits a bit fiddly, so if I do a live stream, don't want a crotch shot. If I do one of those, oh, it was a Titanic. There may be a lot of swearing in my live stream because it looks like a total bollock. Right, so let's get this other number 3 out. Are you going to pop out as easy? I tell you what, the laser cutting is fantastic. Right, so that's them 2 out. Let's just clean these up. I think I'll use my wee file actually. It'll be a bit quicker than the sandpaper. Yeah, your Titanic was quite cool, Megan. I don't know if you're on the Smooth Cave thing. You should have put a picture up in there. Right, that's the 3 mountain points and that filed off. Yeah, I think Chris got a whole batch of them. And he thought, I know what will drive Terry mad. I'll get him one of these. This wooden kit's cool, though. Doesn't look like much at the moment, apart from a lot of bits of plywood. Right, so I've got 2 of these arms. 2 of these wee round things. Part number 4 now. Oh, that's popped out easy enough. Better than I thought it might. Let's get this a wee sand as well. I don't have a candle for candle wax, so I was thinking of using mini baby bells, but that, you know, it's that red. Oh, hiya, Chris, you're in. I'm not going to ask the obvious question when Megan said she was in bed. My bad, man. Right, okay. So here, that one like that. That like that. That's supposed to just be a push fit. Alrighty then. Is it? Or is it a swearing? Do I have to get my wee toffee hammer out? I think I'll get my wee toffee hammer out. If it doesn't fit, give it a smack. Oh, it's going. It's going. That's smooth answer to everything. If at first you don't succeed, hit it with a hammer. Right, okay, so that's in. Oh, it's supposed to protrude. How far does it go in then? Ah, right, okay, it's supposed to go right through. Alrighty then. I think I might have to do a little bit more filing. I don't think that's going to work. Smooth it on. Megan's giving it social distancing. Aye, right hen. Right, so these have to butt right up, but the top bit is, yeah. So a little bit of adjustment. Maybe the hammer sounded like a good idea, but it's a bit like my other biker mate, Davy Duke. He tries everything with a hammer first and then goes, Terry, I broke something. Can you come and fix it, please? Sorry if Davy's tuning in, but yeah. %100% Bob. So we're not Bob Bobbingtons and yeah. So obviously a bit more sandage required on these. Right, I need this to go right through this time. I think I'll still need to use the toffee hammer, like. No, that's an interference fit. Because I like interfering with stuff. Right, another one goes on this side. Woohoo! I'm building something. I don't know what bit it is. Okay, right, 2 of them's on, interference fit. Then I've got to put the 2 endy bits on with the dots up and down. Ooh. Are you sure? Yep. Oh, yep. Oh, is it going to go on? Ah, come on, yeah, bar steward. Bar steward is obviously a technical term for something that's a bit of a bar steward. You will go. You will comply. I'm going to have to get a socket out of my toolbox to sharp that one, I think. Oh. Well, that one went on easy. This one, oh, it's on as well. I've made a thing. Could be Bobbington, or am I? Oh, Chris, did you have to go up and sort his back wheel? My mate Davy's got a pan-European on 1100, and he said he got himself some new tyres. And says he had his front wheel off in 15 minutes, but it took him ages to get the back wheel off because the mudguard and all that. Could be Bobbington, or am I? You've not got spoke wheels yet. So it sounds like he's had to shout on Big Chris to help him out. Right, and now I've got to put, but then it shows you cutting it in the middle. Oh, cut the ends off. Right, okay. So I need to get another cock and tail sticking thing. Legs here. The instructions aren't very clear, but yeah, maybe I'm just thick. So I've now got to put a cocktail stick. Which, yeah, I'm going to have to sand it down or it's not going to go in there. Because cocktail sticks are perfectly round, as everybody knows. What's Fraser saying? Good luck with the kit and good evening to you all. I'm have to head off early up tomorrow. Oh, you're working. Oh, dear. Oh, here, Chris, I was going to ask, when's Greg's the baker's going to start doing delivery? Yeah. Big mate Chris is a manager at Greg's. And unfortunately, they've had to shut down. He couldn't get the back wheel on. Yeah, Chris is a big chap. He's a big 6-foot chap and big muscly chap. So he's obviously lifted the back end of the bike up so Davey can get his back wheel on. I'll need to rip the piss out of him about that one, Chris. I will enjoy doing that. Nope, still got to sand these down. Legals had a booster. What's that? Chris, piss off out. You're a big chap though, so you had to lift a bit. So basically, you had to do the job for him. I'm going to hate to slag Davey off. He managed to pull it apart, but couldn't put it back together again. A wee bit of ribbon there. I've sat in a Busa, a lovely bike, but they're too small for me. Chris has got a, what is it, a Quack ZZ 1400. I can't mind if it's the R or the Touring. It's a big 1400. It's a gorgeous bike. And unfortunately, due to all the restrictions, we haven't been able to go for a run anywhere yet, really. God, this is a tight wee bugger. Oh, it's going. It's going. Right, so the instructions are, put that through, then cut it off. Really? Okay. I'll give it a try. Pyoing! That just hit the ceiling somewhere. Right, okay, that's flush. Let's make sure we get the spacing right. Or it's going to be sharp. Hold on, wait a minute. GTR, that's it. It's is it the ZZR's the fast one, and the GTR's the Gran Turismo or something? Wait a minute. Sure did. Humpty Dumpty. What are you saying, Megan? Megan's about 4'3" or something. Lovely lassie, black belt and fucking Ludo. But yeah, I wouldn't mess with her. Like, next time I see her after this lockdown, she's going to punch 10 bells of shit out of me. But yeah, there we go. You're too dear, McLoving, bargain. You had to sell your body to make ends meet, $150 a time. What kind of meat were you making? Was it like steak mince or something? You're a bit like me, Bob. I could go down the docks beside all the dock ferries and try and sell my body, but I'd probably have to pay them. The Scottish Government's actually announced a care package to help, as I call them, dock ferries in these times of hardship. I'm trying to find myself a COVID-free one so I can get away. It's been about 3 years. Anyway, that's a different subject. Right, so that's done. Right, now I have to take this tool, like so. Is it 2 half cut? All right, okay. I've got to put 2 of these in. Alrighty then. Oh, there's one. Can I get 2 the same length? That's about the same. Oh God, it's got me doing elastic bands and things next. Oh no! Eh? Surely that's no cut a lot. Tie a knot in the elastic band and then cut it. Really? This is going to go horribly wrong, I can just tell it. Don't want to price yourself out the market, Bob. Nah, can't be doing that. Get my wee toffee hammer out again. You will go in, cocktail stick. Oh, hope I didn't hit my thumb. I might have to go to A&E. Come on, get in there. They're obviously using these and then you cut the ends off. Done. Right, okay. Now we clean up. Right, now it wants me to do something with elastic band. I might leave the elastic band thing for now and just put a little pencil mark next to it because knowing me, I'll get something wrong, and until it asks me to use a bit with elastic band. Oh no, it's wanting me to use more elastic. Oh right, wait a minute. Right, oh wait a minute. Oh God, it's actually to measure the elastic band part that you're going to tie together to use in the next stage. I think I've bit off more I can chew with this. What's this? Shaft drive, less power. Pork, hit it with a meat hammer. Better with good old-fashioned Ulster beef. Right, so it wants me to take one of these elastic bands, stretch it over these 2 pins, and then tie a knot in it, and then cut it. Can you see me getting this right? Nah. It doesn't even tell you what kind of knot to tie. Oh, this is going to work. Yeah, right, okay. I've got 2 chances of succeeding in this. Fat and then. I can't even see when you blow up balloons. I can never tie the wee bit in it, the neck of the balloon to get it. This isn't going to work. Surely no. Stretch this and then tighten a knot. Yeah. Oh, that's really easy. I wish I could just do a blue Peter. Here's one I did earlier. Yeah. Right. Okay. And yeah. Well, it seems to have worked. Don't know if it's as tight as it's supposed to be. But it does say stretch elastic band over these 2 pins. Tie a knot in it. And then cut it just after the knot. All right, okay. I'll believe you. Right, so I've done that. On to the next page. Oh, right. Now I have to take this assembly and take the looped up bit elastic band. Oh, right, okay. And then I've to, oh Christ, really? So I've got to loop it over there. Tweezers. Right, so I've got to loop it over there, pull it through. Right. Then up and over a knotted bit. Really? This is all going to go horribly wrong. We're going to have elastic band carnage. Yeah. But that's showing that it's got a lot longer loop than what I've got on this. Oh, this is, yeah, this is never going to work. For fuck's sake. And now the bits are trying to pull through the knot and bollocks. Yeah, I've got 2 chances of managing this. Cumberland sausage. John, you fuck off about the RD build, you twat. That's my shelf queen. I'll do it when I'm good and ready. Come on, how hard is it to put an elastic band around something, Terry? Get a grip. Yeah, I've got my tongue hanging out at a jaunty angle, and hopefully I've done that right, although I can see this knot slipping out already. Oh no, grab the end of it before it pulls through. I should have left a longer bit. I should have, because that's the end of the knot come off. Terry, you are a useless. Anyway, another news. It's not even. It's not even. Right, I'll give it another go. Remember the 7p? Aye, proper piss poor fucking. No, they're all the same size, the rubber bands. Unfortunately, my knot wasn't tight enough, so I'm going to have to now try and tie a rubber band. I actually feel like jumping out my bedroom window. Oh, Megan's had enough. I don't blame you. It's, yeah. I didn't pre-read the instructions. I had no idea what was going into it. And yeah, I maybe should have had a better look. Right, so I need to fold that over on itself, stretch it and put it. I might. Can you see me giving up on this shit? I can. Elastic bands. Hopefully they give you a spare one. I'll try again. Apparently this is a wee bit of the suspension or something. And it's supposed to go, oh wait now. It's supposed to go in there, and then the elastic band goes on there so that it moves up and down. I can't see that happening. I'll give it a go, but I can't see it happening like. Because it shows it a lot longer on the instructions. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, Terry, are you a FUD? No. It just looks longer. Wrap that over there. Really? The elastic band's got to go over there, and then that wasn't going to happen with the one I had. I can see this being about a 10-part series. It does clearly show. Put that over the pins, tie a knot, cut that bit off. But then that's supposed to stretch over there. Really? I don't believe it. We did apologise as we gave them. I'll get to the bottom of it. It's just like, yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, the next bit looks really complicated. Do you think I should maybe skip the rubber band bit and go and build some that's a bit more straightforward? Because it's not very clear, and my elastic band isn't doing what it's. Wait a minute. Then that has to go over that pin. How does that work exactly? It's not long enough. Right. Yeah, right. That bit sits in there, and there's an elastic. I'm going to move that to the side. Yeah, it's going to be one of these pull my hair out ones, and see if there's a sub-assembly. I'll see if I can do a sub-assembly like a Rebel 2 kit. Let's build another sub-assembly because this is doing my head in. So there's another one of them, but with cams on that goes next to the one. I might give them a better idea. Oh, it locks in with right. Okay. I'll give it a go. I'll just do the next sub-assembly because I'm useless. Right, so get the other bit of the frame out. Yeah, Terry, you're a useless. Yeah. So let's get this other bit out. How about the wheels? Yeah, I want to do the engine actually, but at the moment I'm just going to do a couple of sub-assemblies because the elastic bands thing is confusing the bejesus out of me. Because it shows you trimming. This is supposed to be for measuring, and there's a guide. It's got 2 cocktail sticks. You can use it for pushing parts out, right? But it's not a structural part. But it doesn't make the thing long enough for, yeah. Right, let's get this other bit of frame out. It's all a bit confusing. But then I am a simple chap. So there should be more 2s left on that, which there is. There's 3 on there. A couple of 6s. Aye, the cams. Right, okay. So why am I pulling these out? I don't need to. Terry, you're a fud. Oh no, I need... So where's that other bit then? Oh, there it is. Number 5. It's a separate wee bit in here. Right, let's try the pointy tool, see if it works. Oh, heard something. Yeah, there we go. It helps poke the bits out. It's like a wee jig. Right, so I need that bit. In other news, Terry can't build a wooden kit. I can't believe anybody's watching this shite. They must be, like, really bored. So this bit's a lever section. I'm assuming this is a frame. This is a lever section, but an elastic band's supposed to go around it. And, oh wait now. Right, that bit actually goes up there. An elastic band goes round it and pulls it onto this pin. Right? But there's also a cog thing. That's a technical term. Right, this is seizing a little bit. I think I need to do a little bit of cleanup on that hole, said the actress to the bishop. Or put a bit of wax on it, maybe. Yeah, I'll go and buy a candle tomorrow. Yeah, so this bit that's supposed to free plate, which isn't, is going to obviously need quite a bit of cleaning up. I've got a round file somewhere, but I can't remember where I've put it. That's for another day. Because it's been months since I've been at my bench. Right, so that's a bit better. So that's supposed to go like that. A little lever. Like that. And this bit that I'm making goes in here, and it's a cam, and the elastic band holds it onto the cam, allegedly. Pardon me. So I need this bit, which I've already gathered I might have to... Oh, it pushes all the way along to one side. Really? Okay. Right, okay. I'm just a novice. Don't worry about me. So it's probably getting into time. What time is it? Oh, it's only 20 past 12. I'm not doing too bad then. Right, that's that wee bit cleaned up. Then I need the 2 cams. Let's use my little pokey out tool, see if I can poke the bits out. That should be number 6. Although it's a back to front 6. It's quite good. They've actually laser etched the 6 on. Or maybe it's that strong it's burnt right through. I don't know. Right, there's one cam. Yeah, you do need the pokey thing to get them out. Again, that's a technical term. Pokey thing. Right, so that's... They were all sticking in my hands there. Right, 2 cams, a rod, and 3 number 2s. 3 number 2s. Okay. So I definitely need to look more into this new YouTube studio. It's doing my tits in. You will comply. Oh, and now my glasses are falling off my face. Okay, that bit of the frame is dead anyway. And there's that bit. Can we get this one out? No, Not bad. Not bad. Are you bored yet? Should I end this one and do a bit of research? Or should I just keep carrying on and see where I get to? I feel like a bit of a novice doing this one, actually. You wouldn't think I fitted more in the bathroom and kitchen before, but yet I don't know which way to do an elastic band in one of these. Up to me. All right, so I'll keep persevering then. Right, that little bit can come out. The only thing is, when you're doing these live streams, obviously the webcams are not as clear as, you know, if I'm doing a recorded thing. So you probably can't really make out what the hell I'm doing, but you might see it once it goes together. Right, so that's another one of these wee turny round things that I should actually possibly file the outside of. Might do it to that one as well because it goes inside a hole, so to speak. And you can't have your thing too big for the hole or it'll just no fit. Apparently. It's still really warm. There's not a breath of fresh air. I've got all the windows in the house open. There's not a breath of fresh air coming in. So these little babies, I'll call them bearings, are supposed to turn nice and free in the frame. So when you're inserting them into the holes in the frame, give them a little bit of a wee bit of a sand so that when they go into the holes, these ones are going in here, that they rotate freely, or you're going to end up in problems later on. What can I rotate it with? Yeah, make sure it turns nice and freely, or you're going to end up in problems, which I didn't do with that. So I think I'll dress those up on the end of this one so that it goes a bit more freely. So I'll do that just now. I think it's just to take the burrs off the laser cutting's quite nice, but it leaves a couple of wee burrs just because it's wood, I suppose. So on the bearing parts, just give them a little bit of an extra sand. As they say, all you should have to do with the parts is sand them, and if it's a moving part, put a bit of candle wax on it. I don't have any candles. I went to the shop and asked for 4 candles, but they gave me the wrong thing. Right, so I filed that off, so that should now, that's a bit better in there. I can imagine, obviously, if you put wax on, it would make it even better. But I'll try it without wax at the moment. I suppose as it's all push fit, I can pull it apart at a later date and put wax on. Or should I do wax off? I don't know, it sounds a bit Karate Kid. Right, so I've got my cams now, which click in. There's a shaped bit on these levers. They click into it, so I'll just give it a wee bit of a clean up. They're really good where they've done the laser cutting. It's in minimal points, and it is literally just millimeters. Right, that's that one. It's Thursday tomorrow. Bloody hell. It's been a quick week because I've been sleeping most of it. Any of you guys got kids at home that have been driving you nuts? I should have 3 of these. I have, and I've not cleaned. Have I cleaned up the outside of that one? I have. The outside of that one, I have. This one, I haven't. I can imagine people going absolutely nuts with all the kids. I was looking out the back earlier on, and there's a young family down the street that had a big inflatable pool out the back, and the kids were all jumping in it, and it's like, I want to go and lie in that, but yeah, you can't. Social distancing. distancing. And obviously you didn't want to put on any kind of register for jumping in a pool with young kids when they don't know you. Unless your name's Jimmy Savile, of course. Right, all these little round things are done. So it's a bit like a camshaft. Ooh. So once this sanded as well, right, I've done that. So what do I do? What do I stick in first? Right, watch the orientation of the cams. Okay. Right, so that's going to need a smack with my hammer again, I think. By the way, for those that have just joined in and are wondering what on earth this Scottish guy is waffling about, I was given a Ugears model kit for Christmas a couple of years ago, which is a wooden motorcycle kit, and I am now trying to assemble it. And being used to doing styrene models, I'm a bit lost in places. But that's nothing unusual for me. So if you're in the chat, feel free to go, hello. Tell us where you're from. Are you still under lockdown, or are you down south and you're allowed out? Right, so that way. The little dots that way. So that should be one of them. And I should be able to slide. Oh, you have fucker, they're tight. This is where the wax might help, I suppose. They're a wee bit ticked. All right, okay, that's that one on. And that goes like that, and the holes are like that. And then this cam goes that way, and then on. Oh, yeah, I think I've got soft, girly hands at the moment. And that goes on the end, like so, does it? Right, and then all that's got to sit flush. So where's my chapometer? Right, so that's that cam on. Then I've got to slide another cam on right up to there. Oh yeah, that's going to happen easily. Oh, jinx. Yeah, I can see why they say use wax. Oh, no, that's on. It's on there, bother. So that's two cams. What are we getting here? Waffling. Copper grease. Chris, copper grease on plywood. I think you're just being silly. I've got some copper grease. Probably be better with LB grease. Oh, yeah. That's quite safe when you smack it on. Right, so that's the cam done. Okay. Bearing in mind I've not done the rubber band, but basically it sits in here like so, and obviously for some reason there's going to be something that turns the cam and does something. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. I'm not going to fart about with elastic band because that was doing my tits in. So apart from the elastic band, that's that bit done with the cam and the link rod. It looks like I'm going to get to do some of the engine now. That'll be fun. Right, okay, so what one do I need for the engine? Oh, there's a V. Yeah, looks like this one. Part number 8. Oh, there's an 8. Oh, you will come out. There's my pokey thing. There we go. Right, so that's part of me. Is this part number 7 on here? Or is it on another one? It's not on there. Part number 7. There it is. Okay, part number... That looks like the exhaust, huh? Where's part... Oh, there it is. All right, that's a tricky wee... Right, here's my pokey out thing. Oh, we have some purchase, maybe. You will comply, you little... Oh, the whole thing's coming out. There we go. Part number 7 out. Yay. Wouldn't force it, but it requires quite a firm push. Cut the rubber band first, then trim it. I've actually got a cut piece of rubber band here, but have you ever tried tying a knot in a cut piece of rubber band? I might try that later off camera. So yeah, I've cut it. And then later on I'll get a couple of pairs of something and tie the knot in it. And yeah, it's not happening tonight. I'm all butterfingers and yeah, it's not going to happen. So, but yeah, I'll work it out. But basically the rubber band's just holding that lever onto this little cam, which obviously turns for some reason, and is held by an elastic band to hold it down. I'm going to do the engine now because engines are more fun, and there's no elastic bands in the engine that I know of. It's just a bit of a shame. My glasses keep falling off my face and I can hardly see what I'm doing, but you know, it's smooth blind as a bat getting in his old age. Right, so they want me to sand it on all sides just to make sure that it fits. Okay. I'm trying to think what bit this is. Oh, right, that's going up through the block and all the barrel bits going it. Yeah, I'll figure out the rubber band thing. Possibly one morning after a piece of toast or two and several coffees. The thing is, it tells you to use that jig, which is really quite small, the gap for the rubber band. But then in the picture, it shows a rubber band being quite long. And you're like, how am I supposed to get that round there, and round there without snapping? But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I can't see this being a one-shot video. Right, so that's all nice and rubbed off because I'm going to be sliding some cylinder pieces over it. So that's all sanded. I'll do the same with this bit. I would advise the use of a small flat file, and if you've got a small round file as well, you know, like the jeweler's files that we use for doing the model kits. The sandpaper tends to round the edges off, whereas a file you can get a better to purchase with. Okay, I'll just give it a quick cleanup. I thought I was going to have to use my modelling sanders to do this, but I didn't realise they gave you sandpaper with it, so that's cool. So obviously it's a V-twin, so we've got a V-shaped block. So that holds towards the front. then it asks you to put this part in and then twist it around through 90 degrees. And then we start taking these parts, which I believe are the barrel parts. So the first one is number 9. And I reckon this is going to double up because obviously it's a V-twin. Yep. Right, okay. So we're going to do the front, it looks like the front back of the V first. Oh, right, that bit can go to the bottom then. I was a wee bit rough on taking that one out, and the plywood's kind of split a little bit, but if I'm careful, I should be able to hide it. Yeah, so just be a little bit careful when you're stripping these ones out. They've got a tendency to fray at the edges. I'll put that to the bottom so you didn't see that one, I think. Yeah, I'll put it that way up. Yeah, just be careful when you're snapping them out. As it's just 3-ply. Yeah, that can go to the bottom. It's got a wee feather hanging off it. I had wondered if, once I actually got this built, should I try painting it or just keep it in wood? What's your thoughts? Right, so this is number 9. There's a bit that's flayed off, so I'll keep that at the bottom. So it has to go over that bit. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a cut and pick a minute. That bit, and then this bit in the middle. Well, here we go. This is all going to go peak tong. Right, that has to sit in there like that. Like that. And then we're going to try and wiggle it down. Right, I think I need to clear out the middle bit a bit. Right, let's give this another go. Over there, and then I'll be tight at first because it's kind of got like split ends, a bit like a, oh, I'm not a carpenter, a bit like a dovetail joint, but it's split out, and then when you go over it, but it's a tight little, right, okay, so that's the first one over. Yay! It's a bit of a wonky donkey at the moment, but yeah, okay. What we're after next, number 10. Yeah, I'm going to be a bit more careful breaking these out, I think. But that one's got a knot in the middle of it. Yeah. See if we can get some blood going, Terry. There we go. Right. I haven't split any of the ply this time, which is good. So, my good mate John, that's Mr. Gordon's alive, John, not here situation, Irish John. Made me spend money today. All will become apparent in the future if it all turns up like it's supposed to. Yeah, I've actually saved an absolute fortune since lockdown because I've always been a bit of a lazy bar steward, and Can't be bothered cooking for one, and been getting takeaways and stuff. So because the majority of the takeaways round my way are not allowed to do takeaway, they're only allowed to do delivery. All the Chineses have shut down. There's one Polish chip shop that will do deliveries. Domino's, and that's it. That's all there is. And Domino's costs an absolute fortune. So I wasn't awfully keen on that idea. So I've actually had to cook. So yeah. Haha. Better be careful if someone tells you to get on your bike, you're going to smash anything. Try to say I'm a fat bastard, like. I did have a gangster sausage roll earlier on, but yeah. Yeah, I think it's 1/10 scale, this, so a little bit bigger than the Tamiya ones. And it's going to be built a bit quicker than my RD, so yeah, everyone's a winner. Right, number 11. Right, this is... I'm going to assist this with me craft knife a bit to save the splitting at the ends. Right, so that's a number 9 for the other bank. What am I looking for? I'm looking for an 11. Right, so that's... Do you know what's actually going to be better for this? Have I got any left? I did have, but I've moved everything about. I did have some single-edged razor. There we go. What the Americans call a safety blade. Single-edged razor blade. I think this is going to give me a much better split. There we go. Ideal. So, safety blade or single-edged razor blade. I'll put it back in here to stop it blinding you. Okay. So, a safety blade. I believe the more PC term is fried Mars bar enthusiast, isn't it? See, the thing is, I'm an East Coaster. So, somebody said it actually started on the East Coast, this whole deep fried Mars bar thing. But I had never heard of it on the East Coast because I'm originally an Edinburgh man. And I was told it was all the Ugears, or a Ouija is a Glaswegian, a West Coaster. I was always told it was the Glaswegians that did the whole deep fried whatever you want, deep fried Mars bar. But allegedly, a friend told me there is a nice chippy in Leith that will do a deep fried Mars bar. Right, so that's the 9. That's for the other bank. So I'll just put that there. Right. Excuse me. Sorry for coughing in your ears. My big thing is savoury stuff. I like all my crisps. You get the multi-packs of Wotsits with like 6 or 12 bags in. I'll sit and eat all of the bags in one go. And I started a bad habit, which I shouldn't do because I'm type 2 diabetic now. I love Nutella. And you get the wee jars. Well, actually, I've got some things sitting in it. These wee jars, £1.75 for one of them. There's over 1,000 calories in one of these things. I just know after lockdown I'm going to need a wimpy crane to get me out of this house. It's ridiculous how much I've been snacking. And it's comfort eating. Can I go outside? Can I go? Well, I can go out in the garden if it's nice and sunny. But in Scotland, sunshine, yeah, that doesn't happen very often. And I'm not getting out on my bike or anything, so yeah. putting on a few pounds. All right, so it staggers it. It kind of goes little, big, little, big. It's kind of getting there. So that's what we're saying on here in chat. Let me grab a cigarette. Started on Stonehaven, land of the sheep warriors. Stonehaven, that's Fife, is it no, Chris? Nutella jars make great water pots. I've actually got about 14 sitting. So I've spent 28 quid in Nutella since the beginning of the lockdown. Because they give you the wee plastic caps on the top as well. Up Aberdeen way. Stonehaven, that's right. Aye, Peterhead, Stonehaven. Got an auntie that stays in Stonehaven. Land of the sheep warriors. Nutella jars make great water pots. Yep. Lee Eagles needs a Maccas. Oh, didn't mention Mickey D's. Mickey D's and Greg's. I need both. You're a bad man. Why does everybody mention food at this time of night when everybody's kind of got the munchies? It's like, I'm up late. What can I munch? I think it's drive-through only though, Chris, isn't it? Hot sausage rolls. Ooh. Yeah, well, my mate Christopher Hillary, it's in chat there. As I say, he's a manager at Greg's, and he must be sick of the sight of pies. Although, saying that, I'm just going to embarrass Chris for a moment. We went for a run, it must be a couple of years ago now. I think it was down to Kelso or down that way, but I took all the back roads for where I'm, all the twisties. And about halfway down, I can't remember the place, but there's a family butcher's that sold homemade steak and gravy pies. So I thought, I'll take a wee photo for Facebook. Let everybody know we're away a wee run with Chris with his pies. I think he inhaled them. He had no pies left, and I was just about to start my first one. So, yeah. There's a lovely wee butcher on the back roads on the way down to Kelso, where Chris likes to inhale pies. Got some breadsticks and dip them in the Nutella. No, see, I prefer a teaspoon. And just until you get to the bottom of the jar, and then lick your finger, and then get all that out, and then wash it out and use it as a water pot, or for holding pipettes or whatever. Not that I would try and embarrass my big mate Chris, but fucking hell, I can inhale a pie. Oh, I could embarrass him a bit more, actually. Will I? Yeah, aye. So, me, Davey, Mr. Slow Coach, the one on the pan, but he did have a faster bike, but he didn't ride it fast. But anyway, me, Davey, and Chris would go out for a run on the bikes. Davey's eye was at the Coos Tail. And we'll maybe go for, I don't know, before all the lockdown, we'll maybe go for a McDonald's or into a chippy or that. And then we've all filled up, and he goes, right, I'm away home for my tea now. And his ma's cooked him like a steak pie, tatties, fucking all the trimmings and all that. And he'll go and eat that on top of the McDonald's. It's like, I reckon where he puts it. Although, if he's anything like me, he's probably growing a wee smoo. There's a smoo coming into the shop. There we go. It's overhanging the table now. Yeah. Lee's hungry now. Sorry, Englishmen, forget you haggis chasers prefer using your hands to eat. It's a silver spoon we're born with in our gobs. Alrighty then. What was it, my ma says? Your fingers were invented before knives and forks. You're losing your smoo. Mine's is, I actually think I'm either 9 months pregnant with a pasta baby, or I have another human being living inside me. It really is that bad. I think I've put on about 1.5 stone, 2 stone since lockdown. Just boredom, just eating. Right, what's the next bit? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What's that one? 11. I need 12. These are quite big. These are bigger fins. Will they pop out easily, or shall I use my... I think I'm going to cheat here and just cut this frame off. With my safety blade. You lost weight in holiday, aye, but you were away to Corona Town. Where was it? Was it the Philippines you were at, Chris? And you weren't well when you were across there, so... Yeah. If you did catch the bug when you were away, I mean, a lot of people say that they've lost like 3 or 4 stone when they've had this COVID thing, so yeah. Has anybody that's... Aye, Thailand. Oh, Canwath, the apple pie bakery. Has anybody in chat, I'm just curious, had the COVID or thought they've had it, but don't really know because without an antibody test, they can't tell. I think I've had it, but I don't know because I've not been tested, so I could very well have had it already. Aye, Thailand. Aye, you were in Thailand. That's just as the COVID thing was hitting as well. So you've probably had it if you've lost weight. Funny thing is, I mean, there was a few of us, apparently, don't quote me on this. What's this? Not sure trying to kill yourself by catching COVID is the best way to lose weight. No, I don't. I agree with that. But apparently, don't quote me on this, COVID's been in the UK since November last year. And there were people turning up with flu-like symptoms and stuff. And it wasn't until, was it January, beginning of February, that they actually got the whole epidemic thing. Now, myself and a few others were really ill over Christmas and New Year. I was ill for 4 weeks, tail end of December, beginning of January. Like a heavy cold. But then 2 weeks after that, I had a banging sore head for a week solid and muscle pains. So I don't know if I've had it or not. And I'm sitting in my house, scared to go out because I've got diabetes, and they're now saying that people with diabetes are more likely to pop their clogs. Getting friends to run about for me if I can't get out or I can't get the co-op to deliver, when I may have already had it. I would like to know if I've already had it, because I'm not going to be sitting here stressing. I don't want to catch it. I don't really want to die yet. You know, it's so weird. I mean, I think it's been easier for me. Guys that follow me know that I suffer quite bad with anxiety and depression and stuff. I've never had the fact. And that I lead a pretty isolated lifestyle. A lot of us modelers do. I mean, there can be times where I don't actually go out the house for several days, and I can go 4 weeks without speaking to another living soul. So I've probably been better prepared for this lockdown because I'm used to being on my own than somebody who's used to going out socialising all the time. You think you had it before Thailand? You were ill because of the heat, drinking seawater, snorkeling and eating. Yeah, eating scorpions. I don't know if you can get COVID for scorpions, but did you eat any bats while you were across there, mate? Do you have any bat stew or anything like that? Because I've heard that bats, they were trying to say it was alive. Well, if you go by Trump's Mr. Intelligent of the Year, if you go by Trump's definition, it was chemical warfare that creeped out a lab. And if you go by the other ones, it was the live wildlife markets and people eating bats. I don't know what to believe. It's all a bit strange. COVID's a common virus. That's right, aye, because This current one is COVID B SARS. No, it's SARS-2 COVID-19. And there's other COVID ones as well, which is the common flu and that. Yeah. So you're saying it's a common virus, just a new variant, doesn't react to our medicines. Started in China and spread to Chinese. Yeah. So this is what they're trying to figure out. If you go by the Trump sort of, try to think of the word now, conspiracy theory type thing. He thinks it was just biological stuff that leaked out of a lab, and then like say who the World Health Organization are trying to say it came from bats, but I suppose quite a lot of these things transfer from animals to humans. So you only had crocodile. That's supposed to be quite good. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. Scorpion. I don't think I would eat that. Prawns. Yeah, I like prawns. Although the first time I went to Spain, prawns obviously across there is gambas. And I thought, oh, on the menu at the restaurant, sitting there with the wife, still married at the time, gambas and garlic. And I thought, oh, they'll be nice. Did the no all come out with all the shells and shit on, and you had to... Oh, that just scunnered me. They actually tasted quite nutty. So yeah, I prefer them all pre-shelled and everything. I'm not into all this. Right, so top tip I'm finding with this kit, if you've got a lot of straight bits, is definitely a safety razor blade for popping them out without damaging the parts or delaminating the ply. So for my first time building one of these, that's my top tip. Definitely get yourself a safety blade. And so much easier to pop the parts out. I mean, there's a tiny little, I don't know if you'll make it out, if I can get the focus. See that tiny little line at the top? That part has to come off. Now, there's a chance that if the laser cutting hasn't went through, you're going to delaminate that, whereas you put a safety blade on, that's it gone. So, on the list of top tips, because they tell you need a candle. What was it? A candle, snips, a blade. That was about it, and some sandpaper. I would definitely say if you're going to build one of these Ugears kits, get yourself some safety razor blades. Definitely makes it a lot easier. That way, because I don't know if you can see the two little white indents on there. So the brown bit is where they've laser cut, and then they leave a little white nibs. So there's two there. There's two there. There's none on the ends. But just to get those little, get them out without delaminating it, which is what happened with the bottom one of the engine. I would definitely say a safety razor blade. I've got loads. I actually find them quite useful for cutting, when I'm doing the Tamiya bikes, for cutting the vinyl tubing and that, and giving you a nice clean edge. What's Anti-Wafer saying? Lyme disease started as a bioweapon. Now, is a Lyme disease a thing that you can get in the shower heads and all that? If it sits, bioweapon test escaped its island. China's a big place. Yeah. It's like the old joke. It's like, you want to play a trick on your local Chinese takeaway, and if you're a cat owner, take your cat with you on your trip to the Chinese, and just as you get there, because obviously a cat's not going to sit in there for ages. Oh, it's Legionnaires, I'm thinking of Chris, you're right. Put the cat in a carrier bag, walk in when it's really busy, and then place the carrier bag on his counter and say you're getting no more until you pay me for the last lot. Oh, Lyme disease is a tick bites. That's right, Chris. Yeah. But Wayfist is saying Lyme disease started as a bioweapon test. So how did the ticks get it? It's all... There's a lot of this conspiracy theory stuff. Right, let's get number 13 on. So this is quite good. It staggers sort of big one, small one, big one, small one, like the fins on the block. So we're into number 13 now. I'm really just on here for an hour. There's no way I'll get this done in one thing, so I'll probably do another live at some point. I quite like the effect of the burnt edge and that on the fins. Webcam, unfortunately, doesn't give you a good... But obviously, I'm working on bank one. What's chat saying? Oh! Ticks were what they used to build the disease. Interesting. Conspiracy theories. Lee Eagles, time for sleep for me. Good to catch up, Smooth. Take care of yourself. Lee, nice. Thank you for popping in. And as always, at this time, try and stay safe, mate. Ken Sturrockson, how are you doing, young man? We've saying set yourself some rewards if you finish it fast. Go eat a Nutella jar if you finish it tonight. I don't have any Nutella tonight, but I do have a tin of Old Oak hot dogs and some hot dog buns. Definitely, Lee. See you next time. I'll try and figure it out. I was used to the old classic way of setting these up, and I totally mucked it up twice because I fired up OBS and thought it would link in, and it didn't. So I'll stick to the way I know. Oh, hold on. Gordon will tell me my camera skew if. Is that better? There we go. This StreamYard thing's really good because you just basically fire it up and it does it for you. See you later, Lee. Thank you for popping in. As I say, look after yourself. So what we're up to now, that's number 13. Oh, number 14 now. Oh, that's a big beastie. Is it going to pop out easier? I'm going to have to do that. Oh, that was actually coming out not bad. I think I will just go down the edge of it, though, with the safety blade. Just to ensure it pops out. That's definitely making it easier. So, yeah, top tip for me, get yourself some safety razors if you're going to be doing any of these wooden Ugears kits. They were saying tin hot dogs are weird. They're slightly disgusting, also delicious. It's a bit like a kebab. They only taste good when you're pished. For non-Scottish viewers, pished is under the influence of alcohol. Or is it the influence of alcohol? It's one of the two. Drunk. I've tried kebabs when I'm sober, and they just don't taste the same. And I am on about the food you get, the doner kebab that you get from Turkish takeaways, and not the other kind of kebab that some dusky ladies forget to wash now and again. I thought piss was the default existence of a man in a cult. Yes, well, maybe. Oh, that's better. As you go up, it's getting a bit tighter, said the actress to the bishop. I've almost got 1V of a V-twin. They have to... You're a cheeky bastard. Got to wear a kilt because the zipper's got too complex. One thing I did find out, I've only actually once worn my kilt, and it was at my wedding. And the sporran, there's a reason why a Scotsman puts the sporran to the side on his hip when he's up dancing. I'll let you work the rest out for yourself. Couldn't figure out why my uncles and that were, turning the sporran round to the side and having it on their hip until you start dancing it like Come On Eileen or something like that, and the sporran's banging you on the... Yeah. Really comfortable to wear. I was quite surprised. They're very warm, and which is why a true Scotsman won't wear any underwear under it, because your knackers are sweating. Butt cracker sweet, says John. Sweating, you're glad of that wee breeze. Yeah, a bit knackered with us. You're glad of that wee breeze wafting up your kilt just to keep your Dangleberry's a bit cool. Yes, welcome to a random chat with me. Right, okay. What was on? I was looking for the next one. Right, I've done 14. There is a 15 and a 16. There we go. I think I'll do the same with that one. It's 10. I'll pre-cut some of these to make it easier for the other side. So I'm enjoying this. The elastic band thing confused me a bit. It might be because I've had a couple of sherbets tonight. Just a wee bit of Dutch courage for coming on alive, because, you know, I could be sitting talking to myself for hours. Right, so that's that one. Right, that's for that one. I can get rid of that. So instead of sprues, you've got like offcuts of the wood to the side. A bit knackered. Yeah, my knackers were knackered. Right, that's my 13, but I need to get to 15, so I better take... In fact, shall I just go across the top like so, and take this a little bit off. I tell you what, whatever laser cutting machine that you use, really bloody accurate on this. Really impressed. I've yet to get myself... I'm still waiting on prices coming down. I mean, the new Ender 3 and all that's out. Love to get myself a 3D printer. Any of you guys got 3D printers? Or you can get the ones that you can change the heads on. So it's a bit like a CNC machine. So it's a 3D printer, or you can use it as a laser engraver if you put a laser engraver head on it. Or you can actually put a wee CNC drill thing on it. I think they're brilliant. But the new Ender 3's come out. I don't know what's the best one to get, but I'll be looking at a small budget. Your brother's got two, Chris. What ones has he got? I've only heard about the Ender ones, but there are other ones. And of course, the Ender one I'm talking about uses what they call PLA, which is actually vegetable-based plastic, which the thing that worries me is it's meant to biodegrade over time. The good ones are the resin ones, but they're really expensive. Wafers is saying, I want one, but I'm waiting for the tech to get a bit sharper and the cheaper end of the market. Yeah, as a new model comes out, the models start... It's a bit like, I've got a gaming rig. I build my own PCs, but I don't go for the latest processor motherboard bundle that's coming out at about $1,000 a shot. You wait till it's been out 6 months and you go down a bit. A photon resin printer. Explain, Leonard. Now, I know the resin is light reactive. A photon? Or is it called photon? It's not actually firing photons at the resin. I'll let you explain that one, mate. Because I thought it was like $275 US. That's up there with the prices, sort of the Ender 3s and all that. And they're just the PLA rod. So that's the brand name. So that's Photon. And how are you getting on with it? Because is it, if I understand it right, instead of the hot plate, like with the PLA one, where it builds up layer and layer and layer, is it actually a bath full of resin? And when the UV laser hits it, it's building up layer by layer by layer by reacting with the UV light? Is that right? Good morning, Johnny. How are you doing down under, mate? So that's how it works. So I wonder if it's about, you know how what the dentists use isn't resin. There's this new glue that comes out that reacts with UV light as well. Similar sort of process, but obviously it'd be a really accurate UV laser. And as it hits the resin, that's what it, because it seems to have a lot less lines. Direct focus UV, yeah. So your first couple of prints were a bit shite. Is that because you've got to tweak the settings for fineness and all that sort of thing? I mean, I've got a bit of an idea how they work, but I've not got a lot of knowledge on them. Right, so it's got a wee LCD UV screen. Right. Does that tell you what the program's doing, or is that... This is interesting. Because I've heard resin printers are the way to go. The Pla's sort of the cheap... Well, not cheap, but they don't give you as good a finish. Yeah, it's a learning curve. Do you use the software that came with it, or have you found a software package? You know, the one that reads all the files. I can't remember what the files are called because I'm not a 3D printer, but I mean, you can use CAD programs that use basic geometric shapes and create your own things, and then you make it into a whatever it's called file for the printer. Have you played with that at all? You need to play supports. That's a bit like the Pla stuff as well. You can do hollow stuff, but you've got to, yeah, because otherwise it folds in on itself. Chitu box. Sounds like Shitu box, but Chitu box. Have you heard of a program? A channel I follow. The guy's an electrician, and he does his own manufactures his own PCBs and stuff. Big Clive. He's using a thing called, oh, what is it? Direct SCAD or something SCAD, and it's just basically you can take geometric shapes and cut them in half, knock that bit out, and actually build up whatever you're wanting to print from standard geometric shapes, and then convert it into as an STL file or whatever it is, and then send it off. Ah, right. So it's a bit like the Pla. So it's a wee bit soft. So if you're smoother finish, also with resin, is it right that you can dress it up with acetone as well? You know, nail varnish remover stuff, the acetone. If you've got any wee ridges, you just give it a wee wipe. Whereas you can't do that with the Pla. It's that fucking hard. Cleaning up's still a big problem. But resin's a lot easier to sand and file and stuff than that Pla stuff. The only sort of experience I've got with Pla stuff, another guy, Mark, he's got an Ender 2 or something like that. I don't know if he's got his settings right, but everything he prints has, you can see the layer lines, and it's hard as hell to try and sand them off, especially if you're on detail on a face or something. The Pla printers are the best to get started with. Easy and not expensive. Resin is a high learning curve and can be expensive if you stuff up. I just need to get somebody that knows what they're doing to do me some figures that you can't get without paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. But then I suppose you've got copyright and yeah. There's a few things I would fancy trying to do in 3D. One of the handy things for it, if you do electronics in that, is making your own custom little kit boxes for to hold your custom PCBs and all that. Resin's also toxic. Yeah, I've got a few resin figurines, and obviously when you're sanding them, I do it on a damp cloth and all that, and don't breathe it in. And so you want a proper mask. So is that when it's printing, then you actually want to have that mask? Chris is saying, I'm going ahead, my internet has been a tit. I'll send you a few pics of the mask my brother made me Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Okay, Chris, thanks for popping in. Catch you later on, young man. Resolution is much finer on a resin printer. Yeah. At the moment, for me, it's all just sort of, yeah, it all looks good. But they're upgrading them all the time. The quality is getting better all the time. Wait a bit until they're a bit cheaper, but the technology is a bit better. I don't know if that's what a lot of people are doing. But yeah, a lot of people have said, like, for those of you that are into the styrene models, that it's going to get to a stage where you don't buy a kit with styrene and you download a file and just print it off. I think we're a wee bit away from that yet, unless you've got high quality printers. What I do like about this, which is quite common on actual motorbikes, where you normally get the wee rubber bungs between the fins, all the white laser cut marks line up. A bit like you would get it on the fins on a motorbike, where, as I say, you would have the wee black rubber bungs in between on some of the early bikes. See you later, Chris. Thanks for popping in. The accuracy on that, again, I suppose that's just good CAD design. I wonder what sort of laser they use for cutting that. I mean, it's 3-ply. What thickness is it? It's about 1 to 3.5 mil thick. So what strength of laser cutter would they need to cut that? Because again, the laser cutters is based on the same sort of CAD thing as the printers, isn't it, really? I think there will always be a market for real models. I agree. 3D sculpted models often lack a real human element to them. 3D models much less appealing, and go for old minis for it. Yeah. Aye, so you're so basically what you're saying there, I was trying to figure it out there. Rather than something that's designed digitally accurate on a CAD design, where somebody's actually handcrafted something and then made a mold and all that and started producing resin casts, you think they're better? As you say, there's more of a personal touch and a wee bit of imperfection to it, rather than the perfect. You do it in CAD and everything's exactly so many millimeters apart and all that. I can see what you're saying with that one. Tinkercad or Blender? That actually sounds like a wee bit like Grinder and stuff like that. Apps that you download to meet people in dubious locations. Right, so what's that one? That's 15. Where's 16? 14? Somebody's hiding it from it, or is it on a different block? I can't see at the moment. Ah, the 16s are in the middle of this big one, in the middle of the wheels. Right, they're going to be a bit awkward. Oh, they've even got, you know how you do the laser burn, you burn in with the laser, like how they've done with the writing. They've actually burnt in with the laser little hex bolts. Ah, that's smart. Apart from a wee bit's dropped out of that one. Ah, it's really cool. Right, I think this is going to be a bit awkward to get this. I might as well do the two 16s at the same time. A little bit of careful persuasion with the safety blade. Oh, that's tight, said the actress to the bishop. How long have I been on for? Oh, a couple of hours. Excuse me. It's not COVID, it's a smoker's cough. Good morning, good evening, Angie. Good to see you back at the bench. Hope you're okay and keeping well. Struggling with the lockdown a bit, I'll be honest, but I had a good day today. I'm trying to totally revamp Man Cave. Which I need to hurry up because I actually ordered some shelving today. This used to be my daughter's room, and she's living with her boyfriend now. So I've got like a studio style bed at the back of me. And it's great. I can pile all my kits on the top of it, but it takes up a hell of a lot of room. So I thought, right, dismantle that, get that out, rejig my man cave. And it appears that the shelves might be arriving sooner than I thought. So I'm probably going to have to get my arse into gear to do it. But yeah, I'm surviving. A lot of folk are struggling now. So yeah. The thing is, I think I've actually already had the COVID thing. And if I knew I'd had it, then I wouldn't be so worried about getting it. And I could relax a bit. It's the not knowing is the hard bit. Right, so that's that one. So I don't know if you can make that out. I'll see if I can get it to focus. Can you see the little black dots in each corner? They're actual little hex bolts, as if that's the top of the what do you call it? Yeah, the bolts holding on the cylinder head. Handcrafted have small defects, which makes it more interesting. Digital ones are just too perfect, like a rusted model, but all the whole detail is too exact. Yeah, I can see what you're saying about that, Wafus. Yeah. You also have people add way too much detail to 3D models because it's so fast and easy. Over designed, and then you try to paint all the eyelids and everything. If you hadn't survived, this would be a very creepy stream. Ghost building models. Apparently, well, as I say, apparently it's been in the UK since before Christmas last year, November last year. And there was a few of us, a few friends that were really ill. I was ill for 4 weeks with what was like a heavy flu, heavy cold, you know, proper man flu type stuff. But then a couple of weeks later, I was in bed for a week with constant banging headaches. And if I got up to the toilet, all my leg muscles and arm muscles were aching. Now, apparently, muscle aching and headaches is one of the symptoms. I've not had a cough. I've not had a fever. So I don't know. I've been ill. Been ill twice. Ill for 4 weeks and ill for a week. All round about the time this was all kicking off. So I don't know. And until they get an actual... you know, they're talking about what's the name of it? Amazon. Once they get these tests available and mass produced, they'll be able to post them out on Amazon. You can see if you've had it or not. Obviously, you've got to give it time to build up the antibodies and all that, but and the COVID multiple times, that's a scary thought. See if I'm now on, since I got diagnosed with the type 2 diabetes, I'm now on the thing where I'm supposed to get a flu jab every year. Now, it's the same flu every year, but because it's flu's a COVID virus, if I remember rightly. That's really tight, that. Oh, I'm impressed with that. You can get it every year, which is why you have to keep getting... you have to keep getting your flu jabs. Right, that says that's supposed to stick proud a bit, but that's not quite sticking proud. Or is it meant to be flush? Well, that's the first. Oh, is that the pistons going up and down? That's the first bank of the V. It's just loads of wee bits all thingy together. Quite impressed with that. It's just a repeat of that one on that side, I think. Right, so that's that one done. Only thing I've not done is elastic band round here, which was a total pain in the bottom. So I've got another number 7 to cut out for somewhere. So I'm assuming it'll be on. Where is it? Right, that was the first number 7. Is there another number 7 on here? Excuse me. Oh, so there's more of these. That's a 7. Well, these two are 7s as well. Why would they have another one? Unless they've just doubled up for something else. Where is me safety knife? Can you see it, guys? I've not dropped it down by my testicles, hopefully. Oh, there it is. Right, so there's another 2 number 7s, and this one, they must be just extra, I would have thought. I hope so. Because that other one was a 7. Yeah, it does say 7, so okay. Excuse me while I adjust my broken glasses. Ed was saying you were super sick for 3 weeks in January. Yeah. So your grandson, he lives with you, but he never tested positive for the flu. And he went twice. Didn't go, but it's fishy to me. I do believe, well, I mean, they're saying it came into the UK in November. But the whole way that Boris and that handled it was they thought it was like a flu epidemic rather than a SARS outbreak, which, because they just call it COVID-19, but its proper name's SARS-2. So when you start saying SARS, it transmits slightly differently for flu. Whereas flu, you can build up herd immunity and all the rest of it, which most of us understand. But SARS doesn't work like that. And a lot of the, like South Korea and all that, they had a bad outbreak with that, didn't they? The SARS thing. They got on top of it pretty quick. I do think somebody did a study that if we'd actually locked down about 3 weeks earlier, there would have been a fraction of the deaths. But the problem is, it's the businesses that are suffering. You know, it's a hard call. I wouldn't like to be in government just now trying to make calls and saying, you know, this is what we're going to do. And it's not an easy thing. And then, but it's like everything else. It's like a general in the army. They might send their troops into an area that they know is full of hostiles or whatever, but there's acceptable losses. And I think the problem our government's done, without getting too political and all COVID, because we're trying to get away from the COVID thing, I think the government writ off the old people in the care homes. Basically like saying it's natural selection. You know, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that the disease is there to kill, you know, old people and ill people so that they're not such a burden. And it was deliberately released. You know, there's all that sort of conspiracy theories. I quite like conspiracy theories. They're good fun. But can you imagine it if you could actually engineer? See, this was an engineered virus. You could engineer it so it only targets certain people with certain DNA strains. So you could cull a lot of your old people to free up housing and all that. My mind works in weird ways, but yeah. kill all the old people, all those that are got illnesses that cost the government money, release it in, let it kill them all off. An MP said it was a bioweapon. I have a feeling it's a bioweapon because it's only targeting certain DNA types. Is that a bat that was eaten in China? I don't know. But I do love a good conspiracy theory. Oh, has anybody watched the movie? I think, was it Netflix or some put it out recently? Contagion. It's a bloody good film. But and now for your viewing tonight, while you're sitting worrying about whether or not you're going to catch this disease, Contagion. Trying to remember, there's been a couple of epidemic. There was an old one, and I can't remember the name of the film, but they were in an underground base, and the virus that was released solidified everybody's blood. I'm trying to remember what film that is. It's an old film. But it was an underground sort of science lab and that. And it didn't affect, they figured out in the end, it didn't affect the baby crying because when it was crying all the time, its blood was more alkaline or something. I love all that kind of shit. Yeah, this is definitely worth trying to cut this out before I pop it out this. Although the whole centre might come out because it's in the middle of a wheel. I think I shall use my little special tool and see if I can, well, I'll use my fingers and see if it'll wiggle out. That's the only thing with wooden parts, you're that worried you're going to break stuff. Well, yeah, that's all right. It's actually the centre of one of the tyres here. Should I use the little tool? Oh, so you can't cut that on a curve. Oh, the whole tyre's come out. They just wiggle the lot and then... oh. Scary stuff. Oh, there we go. There's a wheel. Hey. Right, let's see if I can get the middle bit out because I need the two bits out the middle of it. Now let's try flexing and well, might find at the centre of the tyre. Whoa, okay, that's a tyre. Okay, what part number is it? God knows, but anyway, right, okay. Still need to get these out. One called Outbreak. Yeah, I've seen that as well. Oh, no, wait, no. Edward's saying they're in Florida and they're opening everything. I think Mr. Trump doesn't care. It's just like, get business going. Oh, if we get people dying, oh, well. I would be terrified living in America because we've got a national health service. It's free, you know, point of contact for everybody. I would hate all this American health insurance thing and all the big bills. I'd be shitting bricks. So basically all the poor folk die and all the rich folk are left. No, I will miss one. It just takes a bit of patience and a bit of wiggling. Oh, please don't break apart. Oh, we're getting something. One called Outbreak, yeah. And John Paul thinks the virus wasn't an accident. I do like There was a film called Conspiracy Theory as well, but I can't remember what the conspiracy was. That's a spare bit. That's a rather funky shape, actually. It's a squonky wheel. Don't think that's required. I've now got to try and break these out. Oh, right, so that's a spare bit. Oh, we're getting there now. Right, that's a number 7. This is also a number 7, which is Peking duck. Right, so that's scrap, that's scrap. I've actually got 2 more of these, but I don't think there's another. So I think that might be spare. Everybody bored yet? You're all still quite happy sitting there yapping away? You know what I'm like, I'm a bit of a night hawk anyway. A wee bit of clean up on there, a little bit on the inside. Quite impressed with how this goes together, actually. When you think of some of the styrene push fit kits, and this is all just friction tolerance and laser cut. Lovely. A wee bit of sandpaper. Right. So then for the other bank, I am assuming, excuse me, it just goes in and like that, like the other one. And then we start again on this side. Yeah. John Paul says a lot more going on than the government is telling us. Yeah, there was a saying in the military, I can't even remember what it was again. Something about, just drip feeding information. Because if you were to tell everybody the full actually what's going on kind of thing, you would get mass panic. That's quite cool how they do that. I like that. Right, so we're starting from number 9 again. So some of these are cut out. Is that 14 going to pop? Or am I going to have to... Yeah, a bit of perseverance. Okay, so there's 14. There's the top one, which is 16. That's 12. That's 15. There's 14 and then 13. They all need cleaned up. 12, which I'm going to clean up just now. Then 11. Then 10. Then 9. Nice, easy numbering. There we go. So I've just got this 12 one to clean up. Is it going to fall out? The Andromeda Strain, that's the one, Ken. That was a classic old film, that Andromeda Strain. That's exactly the movie I was thinking about. That's going back a few years, so that's a 70s. Edward saying, Chris has done a few of these. I knew he was doing a Wooden Wednesday, but I wasn't sure if he's done a bike. I think he's done this. You know how he does all the clocks and all that? I think he's done all the one with the gears. Or I'm hoping so. As I say, I didn't buy this. I got it for a Christmas present. Well, what's this? Oh, I've actually got to measure something in this one. Really? Eh? That, and that goes where? All right. God, it's even got a crankshaft. All right, okay. That's going to be fun. Keep losing your internet. China is watching. Yeah. It's the same as babies, though. Everything's made in China. China. Yeah, bad joke. Will I get my coat? I think I've already cleaned this one up. Oh, sorry, I'm off camera. I'm just filing the wee bitties off. Right. Number 9 is the first van. And if I remember rightly, it was a tight little mother funky. But it will comply. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, candle wax. Yeah. Some of those noises, I don't know if you're picking them up, sound a bit. Oh, it's on. It's tight as a nun's. Yeah. That was just a little bit on the tight side. Let's get number 10 I cleaned up. Yeah, so I'll probably stream for about another 20 minutes, half an hour. I'll give it 3 hours. I don't think anybody's going to sit and watch a live stream for longer than that. And I will put it aside and try and figure out the elastic band quandary. That's why I put episode 1 question mark, because I have no idea how long these things take to make. This being my first one. But it's something very therapeutic about working with wood and the smell of the wood and all that. Yeah, that sounds bad. I love the smell of wood in the morning. I'll be back. The actual assembly is pretty straightforward. Just that. Oh no, my glasses are just. Yeah, there we go. I'm in trouble now. My glasses have fell apart. Give me a second. Technical issues. Because I can't see a. Well, I can if I want to sit with my nose about 6 to 8 inches off the bench, but then these guys wouldn't see anything. So, yeah, a slight defect. And it's that warm, they're sliding off my ears. And John Strain was 71. Well, I was a 67 child, so I probably watched it when I was about 10 or something. So it'd probably been a rerun. Probably about 78 or whatever, 1978 or. It'd probably be, as they call it these days, a repeat. Right, let's get number 10 and number 10 on there. Is this going to be a type B mother funky as well? No, not so bad. There we go. We're starting to get a V-twin. I can't believe they're actually putting a crankshaft in, but I suppose, yeah, if it's motorized, it's with elastic bands. Right, what am I after now? 11. This is definitely all CAD stuff, especially going by the instructions and everything. Guys had an idea and then just whacked it all into CAD and then set up the laser cutter and boom. Yeah, small flat files also a lot handier than just using the sandpaper. So I'm not checked the weather report, but today it was really warm here. It must have been about 23, thereabouts, 23 degrees up here in Scotland. But I've heard that the weather's supposed to change through the week. So I'm hoping not. I managed to get... I'm quite lucky here. I've got a garden. So I managed to get a wee half hour out in the garden, which kind of helps you keep a little bit sane. Not that I was ever sane in the first place, but you know. Okay, that's the next one on. I quite like this. I like the sort of burnt effect on it. It's very nice. We want to now 12. Okay. Yeah, so the second bank's just a repeat of the first one. At least I've not got any elastic bands to put on this one. But it is quite cool that there's a little crankshaft goes through it and then through the frame. Which is obviously where you wind up. I'm guessing it'll be the wee black elastic bands because you're supposed to be able to get it to self-propel. Is that the right word? Yeah, self-propel along the... That's almost like two wee pistons going up and down. That's quite cool. It'd be funny if it actually did drive them. There is a cam lobe on it. I wonder if that actually does drive pistons up and down. That would be quite funny. Right, number 12, number 12. There we go. And I'm assuming that the petrol tank's built in the same way in layers, cutting down. So has anybody been building anything that they would recommend as a, I got this and it's a brilliant kit? Because I've been out of touch of all what's latest out. Apart from, I'm really chuffed to see Tamiya are actually doing the Fireblade. It's coming out soon. A proper road bike instead of MotoGP is fine. I know the Japanese are all into the MotoGP, but I like my road bikes. CB1000RR Fireblade's coming out in the, I think it's HRC colour. Somebody might correct me. The red, blue, and white. I want to see more of these. I want to see Gixxers and other such bikes, road bikes, rather than MotoGP bikes coming out. Plus, there's less decals and stuff, and you know what I'm like with my decals. I hate decals. Not very nice. Let's just give it a wee. Picked up the odd wee stray bit there. Right, number 13, the right side. I'm not quite sure. I wonder if they do go up and down, and that's supposed to be, I don't know. I'm not very well prepared. I didn't look very far in the instructions. And then I figured out that I couldn't get the live stream working, and it's just been a total disaster. But anyway, there we go. Another one. So it's a cruiser style bike, a bit like a Harley. Poor man's tractor. Harley Davidsons are lovely looking bikes, very expensive. But they're the people that own Harleys are the kind of people, well, in the UK anyway, because they're really expensive. They're the kind of people who go for an hour's run on a motorbike and then spend 7 hours polishing. Whereas I'll go for a run on my Japanese rice burner, go for a run for 7 hours and spend 30 minutes washing it. So yeah, it's a different... it's a bit like the guys who ride scooters because they like to feel the wind in their mangina. You know? There we go. We're getting there. It's getting into a nice beefy V-twin now. I like the contrast on the burnt laser etched ply. Very nice. Where's my file? Where have you put it, guys? Oh, there it is. You had a BMW bike when you lived in Holland. Let me guess, an R80, an R100, the old horizontally opposed. When you dropped it, it always scraped hell out of the rocker cover. They've still got them now. What is it? GS80s and GS100s. It's still the same engine. It's a reliable old lamp. Heavy engineering. Back in the 70s. Aye. Probably an R80 or something, is it? '70s bikes had a bit more character. I had a friend who had a Honda CB 404 Super Sport, bright yellow, gorgeous looking wee thing. And back in the time, it was 250s that you used to do your learning on before they decided they were too fast. So there was like the RD 250 LCs, Honda Super Dream, that was a bloody heavy bike. Suzuki X7, that was a wee beast, a wee air-cooled twin two-stroke. I love two-strokes. It's a shame they won't let them do them now because of the emissions and all that kind of crap. 1100cc. Oh. Is it a GS 1100? Did you have a piston sticking out to one side and a piston sticking out the other side? Was it one of them? A bit slab-sided. Some of them had nice big fairings on them. So you lived in Holland. Ooh. Hurdy-burdy. I didn't think this would take as long as it did, but I've been busy yapping, I suppose. Yep, 3 years. I've been, well, I've had a quick tourist run through Holland, but... Oh, no, it wasn't Holland, it was Amsterdam's Holland, isn't it? Oh, Terry, shut up. Oh, there's a wee flaky bit. I hate it when it delaminates. I suppose I could put a wee solution of PVA in there, but I think what I'll just do is hide it on the bottom. A wee solution of PVA just to bind it. PVA and water. Yep. I'm quite impressed. So that is the bank of V, which eventually sits. There's a hole in there that we put a crankshaft through, and then that sits into the frame somewhere along these lines. So we're kind of getting, this must be something to do with, it must be active rear suspension or something, this. Again, I've not really looked at instructions. The bit of the elastic band that I haven't done with the cam, I'm wondering if that's like an active rear suspension or something. But we've definitely got a V-twin engine sitting in there. And then I've got to do a crankshaft and sit the engine in. What's after that? Am I going to go much further? I don't think so. What are we on to? 2.5 hours. After that, we're on to making gearbox parts by the looks of it. Yeah, we're doing a drivetrain after that. And then that with the elastic bands works that. Right, I'm going to have to make sure that's really well freed off because it looks like the piston's sitting on. There's even gear wheels and coggy things, and yeah. I think I'm going to call it quits at that for the night. It's a fantastic little kit. I'll need to figure out the elastic bandage. I've not really got very far. I've had a good yap with you guys. Does it look like a motorbike yet if I put that wheel maybe like that? Does it kind of look like? Doesn't it really, does it? So I've still got lots of parts on this piece. I've got absolutely layers of parts on this piece. And the other side of the frame, and some parts on there, and a few other wee bitties and bobbies. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it quits at that. Apologies earlier on. As I say, I've not done a YouTube. What are you saying? 3 years, 73 to 76, Joe? I would love to. Well, if you drive your bike, then obviously you're a BMW owner. I ride mine, mate. But I would love to tour Europe. I'd love to do the run that goes sort of France, Portugal, Spain, Gibraltar, and then work my way across to Italy and all that. I'd love to do that. But I couldn't do it on the current bike I've got. It's too vibey. Mine's is a street bike. I'd need a proper kind of touring bike. So thanks everybody that's joined in tonight. Again, apologies that what I'll do actually is rather than you staring at my bench, I will see if I can get this to work. I'm back. Yeah, so it's a nice little kit. Obviously the other half of the frame goes on, and then there's wheels and all that sort of thing, but it's not a quick thing. A wee bit of time and effort in there. As I say, the elastic band thing, I maybe see it clearer on this camera. There's this bit goes up and down, right? And then hopefully it doesn't fall out. There's a cam that moves back and forwards as well. And that's a bit that the elastic band that I couldn't get quite worked out. I'll do that off camera because it's a pain in the bottom. But I like the tone, the colour change on the wood. Sorry, that way with the V-twin and everything. It's quite funny that these little bits are still bobbing up and down. I'm wondering what that's all about. But I've still got a crankshaft and an elastic bandy bit thing to do and lots of other bits. So I think what I'll do is I'll carry this on another evening when I've had quite a good day today. I've not been feeling that great of late, but I've had a good day today. So when I'm having another good day, I might pop up another live stream, and hopefully it won't take me 3 attempts to get it running. Because that was a bit of a nightmare, that. Where am I? No, I want that, and then I want to chat up in this one. It's been so long since I've done a kit of any sort. I mean, I've not been near my bench for the last electronics video, so that'd have been back in January, February, March, April, May. 4 months. 4 months I've been away. What's Edward saying? 1979 Harley Davidson 1200 Sportster. Yeah. Tractor. Made by AMF. AMF? So, yeah, obviously, during this COVID thing, this is just me being random. I thought I'd fire up a wee feed and some nice and simple that I can fit something simple that I've not figured out the elastic band trick yet. I might have to. I've got a wee electron microscope and that, and I'll get my tweezers out and extra hands, and I'll tie the band and it'll work. But yeah, I'm doing a lot of clearing out just now. As you'll see behind me, this big bed. This is a studio bed, so it's a big metal frame thing. Got all my kit shoved on top of the mattress. This is going to give me more room, and then I might get a couple more of these cases and I'm putting shelving and that in. But it's, as you know, as the mood takes me. So yeah. So it'll be, hopefully next time I need to speak to an American friend that actually uses the other program with YouTube, because that allows me split screens, multiple windows and all that, which is what I really want to do. I'd forgotten how to use StreamYard. I was looking all over my desktop for a button that says StreamYard and forgot it was a browser app. And I clicked the browser app, put my password in, it went, you want to create a stream? Boom, it was up straight away. Whereas the other one, I was trying to paste in stream keys. But I'm glad I got it going. I'm a total muppet. American Machine and Foundry, AMF. But, oh, right, okay. Yeah, so they bought it back. But basically, it was a tractor company. Am I right enough, Edward? Because we are, proper bikers with proper bikes instead of these. I believe Harley Davidson have added leather saddlebags for their latest range that have magnets on the bottom. So it picks up all the bits that fall off as you're riding along, because you see these things that idle and they're like... but I believe they were originally tractor manufacturers, which is why if I see a Harley, somebody actually did... There's a couple of tractor brands that I've seen in the UK. They're probably not made in the UK. So you've got John Deere and Massey Ferguson. And the guy took a Harley, it was a wee Sportster or something like that, and he painted it in green, John Deere colours. Or was it Massey Ferguson colours? Can't remember. And called it a Massey Davidson. I actually did his bike up on the tractor livery. Oh, it was funny. It was at the bike show a couple of years ago. Oh, it was funny. But yeah, we call all Harley riders. I mean, I couldn't afford one. I mean, all right, they've come out with the ones now with the smaller engines and that, but I mean, a friend of mine had one, and it's like, if you've got one of the decent ones, it's like a 20-25 grand bike. And if you get a weird rattle and you ride into Harley, the mechanic sort of goes, yeah, it'll be about $1,000 before he even touches anything. So yeah, expensive. And yeah, the older ones. I like the Buell bikes actually, and I think it's Buell an off branch of Harley. There's a Buell bike that holds a record. I actually quite like the big disc on the front and that. I like the Buells, but they don't use pushrod technology. A lot of the old Harley engines are all pushrod sort of bicycle builders, but they're both tractor companies. Yeah, tractor. So I'm not going to do any more on my bike. I shall leave it until I'm in my next feeling like doing that. Excuse me, smoking on the camera. We're all adults here. I've not been feeling up to it for ages. This COVID thing, it's like, oh. So I had a good day today. I've done this. Hopefully me getting back at the bench and doing a wee live feed and people joining in and chatting with me will make me get back to the bench again. So I'll just, when I'm ready to do the next bit of this, I'll just fire another one of these up and hopefully get it right first time instead of fourth, fifth, whatever. So thank you everybody for tuning in. It's currently 2 a.m. or 6 minutes past 2 a.m. here in the UK. I've been on for nearly 3 hours. Remember, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. I will get back to putting content up. I do 2 things on the channel for those that are watching this after the live feed. I build styrene models like your usual stuff, tanks and planes and motorbikes and stuff. I do a wee bit of electricity, which is like putting LEDs in kits. And random live feeds, sometimes I have friends and that on. So make sure you're subbed. Click the wee bell icon. That'll let you know when it's on. Those that are subbed and had the bell icon on, they're on their 3rd attempt at a live feed tonight. So I'm glad I got it working. It was frustrating the hell out of me. I'll try and have a shave and maybe tidy myself up for the next one. So until the next one, thanks all for joining in. Happy modelling and stay safe, guys. Bye. Now I've got to find the button. I found the button. Right, guys. Thanks for popping in.